The recent suicides of fashion icon Kate Spade and TV personality Anthony Bourdain. We're especially concerned about teenagers, where suicide rates are very high. But here to help is Candace Yoder with the Matthew Silverman Memorial Foundation, which deals with suicide prevention. Welcome, Candace.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, so much social media coverage is about remembering people who have passed, like Kate Spade and Anthony.
Yes.
But what about for people who are struggling with depression, that these images might be triggering and some of these statements might be really upsetting to families maybe who have lost someone as well?
Exactly. With the amount of suicides there are per year, there are a lot of families grieving in America as the warning signs are brought up, things that people may have missed because so many people aren't educated until the aftermath, unfortunately.
And I think examples like Kate Spade, who seemed like she was on top of the world, so aspirational, but nobody knew what was going on behind closed doors or even personally inside herself.
Yes, and that's usually the case. So many people don't understand, and you know, suicide doesn't discriminate. So unfortunately, the general public has this idea that if you're wealthy and famous, that these mental health conditions can't affect you, but it's just not true.
What if you're watching right now and you're somebody struggling with thoughts of suicide, or you know somebody who is struggling with depression and you're worried about them?
Somebody struggling with thoughts, I'd like to say, you know, get help. It does get better. You know, there may be a long road ahead of you, but people care, people understand. If you feel that you're struggling, that you know somebody's struggling, it's so important to ask them whether or not they're thinking about suicide. Unfortunately, there's two myths that go around this topic. One of them is that if somebody is talking about suicide, that they won't do it, which is just not true. That's a huge warning sign. And the other myth is if you talk about it, it will trigger them into doing it, which unfortunately is not true either. They'll feel relieved that somebody actually sees their pain.
That is really interesting to note, because people get uncomfortable. They don't want to, like you said, trigger them, upset them, but it's getting it out of them instead of them suffering in silence.
Exactly. That's exactly what you need to do. And then gauge the situation. You know, make sure you're not judgmental. With teenagers in particular, a lot of times you'll get a, "Oh, I'm fine," or, you know, a response, and you're going to, you know, say, "What's your attitude?" or "What's your problem?" When in fact, if you put these signs together, that's the worst thing you can do. It's really telling them you see their pain.
And listening, right?
Listening, non-judgmental, you know, and being very curious about the situation.
And Anthony Bourdain, he's somebody who, he seems so tough on the outside, so I'm sure people think, oh, somebody like Anthony, oh, he had struggles in the past, but he's so tough. I'm sure, you know, you have people who it's obvious they're struggling, and then other people who kind of act like a cowboy. You don't think that they're being serious.
Right, and that all goes, you know, kind of like social media. So many people look and, you know, you see the best of somebody on TV or on social media. You don't know internal struggles or what's happening at home. So to really look, you know, the most important thing is to really look at the people you love that are around you, that you know well, so you can be their hero to prevent this.
And Candace, what would, if somebody's watching right now and having a hard time, what would your advice to them be if they don't feel like they can open up to somebody?
There are a lot of confidential lines out there that you can talk to. If you're young and you're afraid to talk on the phone, there's text lines. There are places that you can get help without having to talk to the people that are closest to you due to embarrassment or stigma.
And texting's a great resource, because even kids don't talk on the phone that much these days. It's hard for me to get younger relatives on the phone.
Yes.
So knowing they can just text and just make a connection, right? Doesn't it kind of break something
It is.
apart?
That's what you're looking for, human connection, not, you know, threatening them with going to the hospital, but taking them to somebody they trust, a doctor, a therapist. Human connection is one of the biggest resources you have to prevent suicide.
And with your foundation, before we go, can you talk about the work that you do?
Yes, so what we realized is, unfortunately, suicide is, you know, it's high statistics in teenagers, but schools don't have the funding. So there's programs everywhere. So opposed to reinventing the wheel, what we do is we fundraise all year and we place the proper program based on the school's needs and demographic, free of charge to the school, and give them year-round support.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Candace. I'm sure somebody listening, I'm sure just a little bit of advice goes a long way.
It does. It does. Something as simple as "Hi, how are you?" can change someone's world.
Oh, thank you, Candace, so much for joining us. To learn more about the Matthew Silverman